Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Live. Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Can you hear me, Tony? Send people my link before you're the only one that coming in, Bubba. My link. I got two. I see Tony Brown's in. I see just I give people time to come in before we get started. Time to come in. Great words, guy. Thank you for joining me. Before we get people on. So I'm gonna give you a little bit more time. It's 4:02 according to my clock. 5:05. Is that better, Tony? Is it for me now? Like I said, it's 4:02, 4:05 to get started. So far, I got four people joining me. I appreciate one that's joined me. This is my first ever live chat. I'm gonna discuss a lot of things today. So I got written down. I got a couple of questions that people sent in to me. We're gonna talk about mainly the Comic Con that happened last week, about a week and a half ago. Things that's coming out in Phase 4 of Marvel that I'm very excited about. Um, like I said, there's a couple of questions. I got three questions in particular from friends of mine that's going to, and I made sure I did proper research. I wanted to make sure that I express my opinion, make sure that this is my point of view. I'm not saying that my point of view is correct, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people there know just as much or more or about the subject matter. But it's going to be mainly about DC. It's mainly going to be about Marvel and some science fiction, as far as Star Trek, Star Wars, that kind of stuff. What I'm going to cover. Also, I'm going to tell you a disclaimer. Um, Power comes back on next month. I'm definitely going to cover that. I'm going to have a live stream after every Power episode to discuss that, because that is one of my most favorite shows. Um, let's say, yo, mash the like button. Okay. Also, in addition to doing a live stream on every Sunday after Power comes on, I know that at 4 o'clock on a Sunday when the NFL starts, probably not. So I'm going to readjust that, but I got a couple months before that happens. But basically, this is my first live stream and I'm doing my comic chat. My name is Benny Graham. Some of you don't know who I am. In case you sent this link to some friends, um, And basically on this channel, what I talk about is different aspects of DC comic books, Marvel comic books, Marvel movies, DC movies, sci-fi, anything else that may be of interest to me. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. The time is now 4:05, so I got right now. See, I got 5 people in, and I appreciate every one of you that come in and join me. Today we're gonna talk about Comic Con reviews. What happened? First major thing that a lot of my friends are excited about, and what I'm excited about is the new reboot of Blade. Blade is going to star a two-time Oscar winner. I know I'm going to probably kill his name, but his name I think it's Marshala Ali. If you're not familiar with him, and if you watch the comic book movies, he played the bad guy in the first season of Luke Cage on Netflix. His name was Cottonmouth. He played in several other movies. Very good actor, very well accomplished. My concern is he going to be able to handle the rigorous martial arts that the first actor that played Blade, I don't know whether or not he's going to be that proficient, have that much skill, but he has the next 2 years to start on that because some people believe that Blade is in phase 4. It is not. It is in phase 5. And the phase 4 movies go as far as 2021. If you don't believe me, go on the Marvel channel and watch. It has the whole timeline, which I'm going to cover. The last movie in phase 4, according to the timeline that Kevin Feige put out, is going to be Thor 4. So we will not see Blade probably for the next 2 or 3 years. So in that time, he should have enough time to get his craft together as it relates to martial arts. Now, what I would do, 2 things is what I would do for Blade. I would definitely have Wesley Snipes in a cameo. One, I would make him a good guy, and a good guy he would be Blade's new Blade's father. Maybe he's gonna pass on the mantle to him and show him and stuff, and then ride off to the sunset or get killed. I'm not sure, but I would let him be either that storyline because if you remember the last Blade, it said that Blade has all the powers and skills of the vampire and none of their weaknesses except for the thirst. And also, he ages like a regular human. So I don't know whether or not he's gonna live and die like a regular human. I'm not sure whether or not the bug's gonna regenerate him like another vampire. So if he ages like a regular human and still have the vampire skills, that means he's gonna die. Or plan B would make him be be bitten by a regular vampire and become a full vampire that's evil. And then Blade 2 or the new Blade Nam Ali would be trying to kill him. They're trying to kill each other. That's only 2 things that I see that would be good. I'm not sure how they're going to reboot the Blade. Who's going to be the bad guy? I'm not sure. What I do know is that if I were a comic book collector or new getting into comic book collecting, I would definitely try and get some Blade comic books because they're definitely going to be jump up in value when that comes out. I know for a fact that the Thor comic book where Captain America lives Mjolnir was not worth that much, but when it happened in Endgame, it jumped up quite drastically, up to as much as $150 that I heard when I went to a local comic book store in Florence. So Blade stars mainly in a trio called the Night Stalkers, involving him and Deacon Frost and the Ghost Rider. So if I was starting in comic books, I would try and get my hands on those books. I think they're going to go up in value. Um, Next thing that happened is Thor 4. Thor 4 is going to be, like I said, come out in November the 5th, 2020. Slated for. That's going to star, well, the plot's going to be about Thor. I hear people saying that he's not going to be, what's the word they say? Um, he's not going to he's going to lose his worthiness to be Thor. But what people seem to forget is that the only weapon that Thor uses that has that enchantment is Mjolnir. If he becomes unworthy, he will lose the power of Thor if he possesses Mjolnir. Odin did not put that, or Odin was dead, and that enchantment was not put on Stormbreaker. So I don't see how Thor is going to lose his worthiness. Um, Now I don't know how Jane Foster is going to get her. I guess it may be some kind of time jump. What it is. The name of that's going to be called Thor. What's the name of the movie? Thor, Love and Thunder. I think it's going to be the title of the movie. So basically, it's going to be Jane Foster. Somehow she's going to possess Moonir, and she's going to become the female version of Thor have in the comic books. And I guess she's going to go off and do her own thing. I'm not sure how they're going to tie that in, but I still think that Thor is going to possess Stormbreaker, and I think that she's going to possess Moonir, and they're going to be separate entities and go out and do their own thing. Now, also hearing that Beta Ray Bill is going to be introduced into this also, but Beta Ray Bill has Stormbreaker in the comic books. I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't know how Kevin Feige. I don't know whether or not the Russo brothers are going to come back. But I think James Gunn is going to be having his hands on that. The guy, I can't think his name. Something Taki. He played. You remember Green Lantern? He played Green Lantern's friend. I think he's Indian descent. Played Green Lantern's friend, and Green Lantern revealed to him that he was Green Lantern. So that's the guy that directed the last Thor. Success, and that guy's gonna be directing Thor 4. Next thing they're gonna do is watch this movie. When it first came out years ago, they're gonna do a reboot, and that's gonna star Regina King. And Regina King is the one lady that voices the two guys on Boondocks. Two little boys, I can't think of their names. Also, if you remember that movie This Christmas, she was the one that put the baby all on the floor and whipped that man to death. Her husband for cheating on her. That's Regina King. She's gonna be. I saw her. If you go to YouTube and you look and punch up Watchmen and watch the trailer, I think basically a lot of cops are gonna try and become Watchmen themselves or vigilantes. You're gonna send some special agent to hunt them down. Basically, I think that Regina King is gonna be one of the main ones. One of the questions that I was asked was, what are the powers and how strong is Dr. Manhattan? Dr. Manhattan basically has telekinetic powers, teleport, time and space. He's invulnerable to most harm. He can fly. He can replicate himself and other things and others. So he's a bad man. But research I saw today is that he does have. There are some people that can defeat him. In the DC universe, one of the people that say that can defeat him is Doctor Fate. Because when Doctor Fate is in his astral form, Dr. Manhattan doesn't have any kind of power over anybody in astral form. So if he's able to cast spells or force blast, whatever, then he may be able to hurt Dr. Fate. And I'm correct, he may be able to hurt Dr. Manhattan that way. Um, Another thing also, in the Marvel Universe, Doctor Strange can also hurt him. Because Doctor Strange can, of course, go in astral form. And I think he's vulnerable to attacks when people are in their astral form. So other than that, I haven't seen anybody else that can beat him. Trenton Graham says Spectre can also beat him. I'm not familiar with Spectre, but my son, that's my son Trenton, and he reads just as much as I do about comic books, so I'm sure he'll fill me in after this. Um, what else? Those of you that like Star Trek, Picard is coming out. Jean-Luc Picard, who's the captain of the Starship Enterprise for the last I forgot how many years ago. Basically, he's gonna have a TV show, but it's gonna be out on the CBS Access. You got to pay for that. On that TV show, it's gonna show basically that Picard gets back into space because he's been retired for about 20 years. From what I see on the trailer, I believe that some kind of Borg hybrid has come to Earth. Picard feels need to get back into space. We're gonna have two of characters that were very popular back then. Data, played by Brent Spiner, in 709. She was a Borg, rescued by Captain Janeway off of Voyager. She's played by the actress named Jerry Ryan. They're going to be on there. That's going to, I think, going to pull both male and female audience. Um, I'm not sure when it's going to come out. I think it's coming out in the fall, but like I said, it's going to be on CBS Access. So if you want to watch that, you're going to have to purchase that monthly subscription. I think it's going to be good. Um, John Stewart is coming. Patrick Stewart is coming back to reprise the role of John Luke Picard. Okay, one of the next things is WandaVision. That's going to be about question. What do you know about the Living Tribunal making debuts in the new phase going forward? And then Tony Brown. Tony Brown, I'm glad you asked for that because I had a chance to research that. This is what I found out. Remember, in Doctor Strange, Living Tribunal was mentioned when Immortal was trained. He said, "This is the staff of the Living Tribunal." I think one of the fight teams, one of the training teams. And being told, I think Kevin Feige, you mentioned it, I believe that Living Tribunal is going to be in the next Doctor Strange too, because the title of Doctor Strange is Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness. The Living Tribunal is some cosmic entity, and mainly his job is to preserve and keep order all the multiverses. Um, Whenever he sees one, he keeps the evil, good and evil balance in check. He's something getting too good or too evil that he's sending his guys. I think they call it stry, like his deputies. Say for this, you use metaphor, he would be the sheriff. The magistrate would be his deputies, and he sends the magistrate to different universes to make sure that everything's on up and up, or to make sure the balance. One storyline, Doctor Strange had to save our universe because he felt 616 universe was getting too evil and he was about to destroy it. But then Doctor Strange stepped in, passed some tests, and showed him that there was just as much good in our universe as evil. Spirit our universe. I definitely think he's going to be in Doctor Strange too. If you don't know, he has 4 faces on his body. I think his head kind of floats above his shoulders. There's a hooded face, there's a partially shrouded face, and there's a full shrouded face, and there's a fourth face, which they call the void. The hooded face stands for equity, so he makes sure that everything is equal. Um, the partially shrouded face stands for vengeance. So whenever he has to, yes, do whatever he has to do to make sure things are being done, or make sure that vengeance that someone is wrong, that he's there to be judged through an executioner. And the fully shrouded face stands for necessity. So it's necessary for him to step in and do whatever he has to do. Like I said, from what I'm being read, he's the second most powerful person in the Marvel Universe. The first one is called the One Above All. I know very little about him. I'm going to research that, but from what I've read online and what I've seen in YouTube, there's one called um, One Above All. I'm not sure what he is. Um, Brown says the fourth face is actually a mirror. She-Hulk Lord. Um, Not sure about being a mirror. From what I read, it's something called the void. But I guess it reflects whatever you need to see to get you straight. But I'm not sure. But that may be true. Get back on topic. Questions. Um, WandaVision. It's gonna be about Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is very powerful. I didn't realize how powerful she was. But if you remember on Endgame, had not Thanos called down his own people, Scarlet Witch was about to defeat him. Because her power basically is distorts reality. Whatever could possibly go wrong. It's kind of like a Murphy's Law, black cat crossing your path, jinx. So whatever she can doggone make go wrong, her powers can make go wrong. You remember in Endgame, she was about to destroy Thanos because he was crushing his armor and doing everything else. And he told his guy to call for, I think it was Rain and Thunder or something. And basically, he attacked all of the people down there and break her concentration. So this one division is my understanding is going to be basically she's mad and pissed off about losing the vision, and she's just going to go on a spree doing what she needs to do. Comic books, I think the story called The House of M, so she destroys all of the mutants except her family. Which in the comic books, Magneto is her dad, and Quicksilver is her brother, and she makes a whole like royal family. And there's like only a handful of mutants, which is them, and they kind of rule the world. So she has we hadn't seen in the Marvel universe the power she's capable of, but she can tap into a lot more power than what we've seen. Uh, that's in the comic book world. Next thing that's on the line was Bucky and the Falcon. That's coming out on the Disney Channel. Another channel you can have to purchase. I know very little about that at this point, but I have been told that the Falcon is going to be done in Captain America's uniform. I think that's going to be awesome. I'm ready to see that. November 2020 next year, we're going to see the Eternals. I know Angelina Jolie's going to star in that. I'm not sure what other stars. Basically, they're talking about Thanos being a young Thanos being in that because he's an Eternal. So I'm not sure how they're going to do that, but that should be pretty interesting. As I said earlier, Doctor Strange 2 in the Multiverse of Madness. That's coming out in May 7th of 2021 next year. Oh, correction, 2 years from now. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've become a Doctor Strange fan since seeing him interact with Iron Man in Endgame and seeing his last movie. I'm liking him more. Didn't really much care for the movie at first, but the more and more I'm seeing it, I'm starting to like it. And the things I'm seeing that he's capable of doing, I'm definitely feeling Doctor Strange. So I'm ready to see Doctor Strange 2. Next thing that's coming out that I know very little about is Shang-Chi 10 Rings. As my understanding, that's coming out in February. That's going to form the main villain. That's going to be his name was just Mandarin. Going to be the real Mandarin, not that jump we saw in Iron Man 3. I'm not sure who's going to play the part of Mandarin, but I definitely want to see that. Shang-Chi, they have the name of the actor already out, but I'm not sure what his name is. But I think they already got him out. I think they're going to start production on that one, I'm being told, the middle of next year. So that's going to come out in February of 2021. Loki is coming out on the Disney Channel, which we're going to have to pay for. That's coming out in spring of 2021. My son reads, I read a lot about Shang-Chi. He's the best fighter in Marvel. I think he is going to be uh, kind of like Iron Fist, maybe a little bit better than Iron Fist. I'm not a fan of Iron Fist. I mean, the show on Netflix was kind of blah to me. I don't know why Netflix got rid of him because I would have definitely kept Daredevil and definitely kept Luke Cage. I'm not really a big fan of Iron Fist and Jessica Jones, but I did like the season of that. Now, this next thing I'm talking about is called comes out Summer 21. Now, if they do this right, I think that's going to be one of the better shows because What If, I'm going to show you. You remember the comic books, the What If comic books? It looks something like this right here. What if Wolverine, this one I got, what if Wolverine was Lord of Vampire? Every so often, Marvel would do a what if, and we have something crazy like what if the Hulk, what if Bruce Banner didn't get uh, gamma radiation? What if Wolverine never joined the X-Men, or what if this, or what if that? I think they could do a lot with that. That could be something like a um, show with different things, fans consenting, what ifs. I think that could be really interesting if they do it right. It could be something kind of like the Twilight Zone, Strange and Beyond. If they do that right, that's going to be on the Disney Channel, in my opinion. Next thing they're going to do is the Hawkeye that's coming out in 2021 again on the Disney Channel. Question that I was asked by Gabe Blackwell was Captain Marvel versus Superman. Who do you think is the strongest? Personally, I think Superman will win that battle. I'm just going to list you briefly. We know that Captain Marvel has superhuman strength, stamina, durability, and agility. She can fly at great speeds, and she shoots energy blasts. Superman has all of that. His energy blasts would be his heat vision, but he has X-ray vision, telescopic vision, microscopic vision, super hearing, smell, touch, taste, flight, muscle and voice control, super breath. He has all that stuff. Now, I think Superman is the strongest. Or his weaknesses, I haven't seen what is Captain Marvel's weakness, other than maybe someone being stronger than her. You saw where her and Thanos was one on one, and she was holding his own with Thanos. Um, and only way he got him off of her was when he took one of the Infinity Stones, punched her. When he punched her, she felt a little bit of pain and fell back. But other than that punch, I don't see what else stopped Captain Marvel. He's a one-man wrecking crew. Now, Superman basically has three weaknesses. He's susceptible to magic, he's susceptible to kryptonite, and if he's taken out of the yellow sun, he's as weak as we are. So if anyone can do magic on him, a strong sorcerer like Doctor Strange or Doctor Fate, they can possibly beat him. Kryptonite, especially green kryptonite, kill him. And there's several different kryptonite, and I want to research, and I can tell you what some of their colors are and and how they affect Superman. If he's exposed to red kryptonite, it changes his mood and makes him real evil. If you ever watch Smallville, he was on Smallville and he was exposed to red kryptonite and it made him evil. He didn't care about stuff. He was very mean. So red kryptonite can change his personality. Blue kryptonite doesn't affect him, but it affects his counterpart, which is Bizarro. Again, if you watch Smallville, Bizarro was introduced, and blue kryptonite, he's just as strong as Superman, but blue kryptonite affects him the same way that green kryptonite affects Superman. But like I said, blue kryptonite does not affect Superman. Gold kryptonite definitely will hurt Superman. In fact, it takes away his powers forever. I don't know if any of y'all remember the cartoon that came on Saturdays, the Super Friends. There was an episode when Darkseid and a bunch of other crooks in the galaxy was trying to get the gold kryptonite because they knew that was the only thing that would permanently stop Superman. And the other members of the Super Friends was able to get it. And I think Firestorm used molecular power to change to something else that was harmless. Gold kryptonite takes away his powers. Silver, silver kryptonite makes him high, like if he's smoking weed or something. Never seen that. When I went online, it says that that would definitely affect silver kryptonite. There's a black kryptonite, splits him into two. If you remember Superman 3, where Richard Pryor was on there, he was exposed to black kryptonite. I think Richard Pryor put tar in it, which made the color black into regular kryptonite. And in that movie, he fought himself. He split into two. He was he was Clark Kent, he was good, and he was Superman, which was bad. He fought himself, and eventually Clark Kent beats the bad Superman. But black kryptonite was split him into two. Pink kryptonite makes him, according to the information I got, makes him gay. I didn't make this up. And if you want proof to back that up, look in the comic book Supergirl, Volume 4, Issue 79. We'll back that up. So that when he's exposed to pink kryptonite, he becomes gay. That's all I'm going to say about that. Last one, Periwinkle kryptonite. Uh, that's in Superman Family Adventures, issue number 9. He loses all his inhibitions. So whatever that keeps him good and straight and narrow, he loses all that once he's exposed to periwinkle colored kryptonite. Why would they do that, Tony Brown? I don't know. I guess you and I we were talking yesterday. A lot of these movies is going towards the LGBT community. Um, yes, that's going to be the wave of the future. I can tell you by the research I've done, and stories I read, articles I read, that the Birds of Prey, who that's coming out from DC, the main villain is going to be Black Mask, and then that he's supposed to be gay, is my understanding. And one of the main storylines is that someone took a picture of him with a veil, and he's going to be trying to get the picture back. That's going to be part of the storyline. How true that is, I don't know, but relates to the LBGT community. There's going to be a lot of movies that's going to see that. That's going to feature those. And Captain Marvel is supposed to be um, a lesbian, is my understanding. If you saw Endgame, one of the Russo brothers, he played gay. But probably one way or the other. I just don't think that the whole storyline should be driven on that point. You like who you like. I'm not going to get into that because that's nothing I can change. I don't have to necessarily agree with it. Saying that's where the world, as it pertains to different topics, different stories, is going to bleed over into this particular category. So it is what it is. So, that's basically what all I had to talk about as it relates to what came out at the one of the most important exciting things that came out at the Comic Con. Let's see, Ram rights. Do you think Phase 5 will introduce the Illuminati? All the members are Captain America, Black Panther, Mr. Fantastic, Doctor Strange, Namor, Professor X. It should happen with X-Men, Fantastic Four. That's a good question, Trenton. I don't know what Phase 5. Phase 5, I do know that Blade's going to be in it, and I do think that Black Panther 2 is going to be in Phase 5. Because they haven't said anything about Black Panther 2, but I know that movie is going to be green light to happen. One other thing, kind of off topic, if you want to know whether or not a movie is going to make it, this is a very easy formula to use. You go online, you see how much it costs for that movie to multiply that time 3 times. The movie makes that in the box office, more likely than not, it's going to be greenlit to have a prequel. Correction, a sequel. If it doesn't make the money if it doesn't make 3 times the money it took to make it, it's not going to get it. The movie that's making $1 billion, usually going to, most definitely going to get it. I'll tell you, Spider-Man Far From Home just made it. Just crossed over to $1 billion, so it's going to definitely be another Spider-Man. Venom, who people said that sucked, which I thought was a pretty good movie, made $1 billion, so it's definitely going to do it. Captain Marvel, she made $1 billion, so it's definitely going to do it. So that's the main format. Now, we're back to the question. You think Marvel will Phase 5? I don't know whether or not they're going to do the Illuminati, Trenton. I definitely think that they kind of put a seed in there for Namor. They said there was some kind of underground sea tremor somewhere. It's being talk and chatter that Namor is going to be next Avengers, whichever that's be Avengers 5. Not sure who's going to be in that. Also, we saw in Endgame how they did a shot of all the women together. There's a storybook in the comics where Captain Marvel is the leader of the new Avengers. So I'm not sure who's going to do that. But Fantastic Four is definitely going to be in Phase 5, I believe. I think that Doctor Doom is going to be the bad guy. That's what I would do. What I'm hearing is that Doctor Doom is going to be the bad guy, kind of like Loki was in Phase 1, 2, and 3. And it's going to escalate to Galactus. That's what I'm hearing. I'm not sure how that's going to tie together, whether that's true or not, because you hear a lot of things when you watch other YouTubers and read other news articles. But that's the talk that Doctor Doom would definitely be Fantastic Four as the bad guy. Gonna eventually, whenever it ends like Endgame did, in Phase whatever, the main villain is gonna be Galactus, and then he'll be heading to Earth, wanting to have Earth for dinner. So that's basically what I've heard. So far, I've been doing this for 34 minutes. That's my Trenton. Yeah, if they make an Illuminati movie, it might finally lead to World War. I don't think that Marvel has the rights for Hulk yet. I don't think they do. So until they get that, I don't know if you're gonna see another Hulk movie. Hey, Black Railroads, who you think is going to lead Marvel next Tony Stark? I don't think it's going to be another Tony Stark. They're saying a lot about his daughter maybe possibly being Ironheart. In the comic movie, was just a black female genius, and Pepper Potts kind of takes her under her wing and makes her teaches her some things that she learned from Tony. But I have not read any of the Ironheart video. I mean, correction, comments. I don't know much about Ironheart, which I'm going to myself on that. But anything, I think that we would definitely see Tony Stark back in the MCU again, but he will be an AI. Um, we've partially seen that in Spider-Man: Homecoming, Far From Home. He gave Peter those glasses. I think that he's gonna he's left his AI somewhere. Somebody's gonna unlock it or knows how to unlock it. When either his daughter or the next person is ready to be the next Iron Man, he's gonna, or if he's deemed somebody necessary, worthy of it, then he's gonna be the AI that we'll see. Kind of like Jarvis was his AI. I think Tony Stark's gonna come back as an artificial intelligence in someone's armor, and that's how they're gonna bring him back in and make his cameo. That's what I would do. 6 minutes, 58 seconds. Again, I want to thank everyone for joining. Trent Francis, the Tasteless Cyclist, join me. I appreciate it. Great words, guy. You still on? Trent said they have a few female Iron Man named Riri Williams. Yeah, that's Ironheart. That's her name. Riri Williams is Ironheart in the comic book. I haven't read a Ironheart comic book at all, so that's all I know about her. I did hear they were going to do a live action Into the Spider Verse, and they might bring back Tobey Maguire. What's the other English guy? Um, Garfield. Garfield. I can't think of his first name. And also Spider Man, Andrew Garfield. Name. Coming back, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and the current Spider Man that they're going to be in the Spider Verse when it comes to live action. Um, that's not his daughter. Like I said, the new female Iron Man name is Ironheart. She's a black female who's a genius, and she built her own Iron armor. And I think she got on Pepper Potts' radar, and I think Pepper Potts is now helping her and giving her other access to improving her armor. I haven't read a lot. I haven't read the story, but I saw that in articles I read, kind of browsed. But I'm going to definitely read that. Okay, it's 39 minutes, 20 seconds. Any more questions? Trying to think of, I missed something that went on at Comic Con. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining me. I appreciate it. I'm really excited about going live. First time doing it. Right now, I had 7 people. Now I got 6. So hopefully, please send me questions. Please send me ways you think I can improve the show. I would definitely take any and all comments and criticisms. They should do, Trent Graham says they should do a new Batman movie like joke. I'm not sure when they're gonna do another Batman movie. See, it seems to be stalling out for whatever reason. I want to be, I'm not sure how this new Joker movie is gonna be. I'm not sure how this Birds of Prey is gonna be. DC is doing, I think, CW this new Batwoman that's supposed to be gay. On what I've seen on that, they she is Batman's cousin, and apparently for whatever reason, Bruce Wayne has left Gotham City. Now she's taken over, and some of the statements that this when you, if you go on YouTube and watch the trailers, it's pissing off a lot of what's the word I want to say? I want to say the right word. Heterosexual white males for whatever reason. Make comments about the guy says this is the perfect suit. She said not unless a woman wears it, and this is the perfect that. But Batman suit is already perfect. Um, he wears a woman wears it doesn't mean he's mad because people are um taking her to be Batman because they never see her. So that's why she puts on that red wig. If you watch the trailer, she first goes out in Batman suits and she looks like Batman. So everybody's thinking it's Batman. But then she's like, I'm not gonna let him get credit for what I'm doing. Well, hell, you in his office, you in his back cave, you wearing his stuff. So I'm gonna take some of the credit, in my opinion. But that's why she makes the bat emblem red and she puts on a red wig to separate herself and make sure people know that she's a woman and not Batman. Um, but that's coming out on the CW sometime this fall. I think they're gonna do a lot of crossovers. Another thing they're talking about doing the crossover for CW. CW does awesome crossover TV shows. They're gonna cross over something called the Infinite Crisis. I think that's the name of it. Basically, Superman is gonna be on there, but it's gonna be Superman, Brandon Roof that played on that Superman Returns. The guy that played Superman on that, Brandon Roof, he's gonna be Superman. He also plays Adam on the DC Legends of Tomorrow. So I'm not sure how they're gonna play both of those. He's gonna be on there. Um, when he's on there, it's basically gonna be, I think I'm hearing Dean Kane's gonna be on there, possibly the guy that played on Smallville and several other people that plays. It's gonna be a bunch of them. It's gonna be the Flash, with Green Arrow, Supergirl, Legends of DC, possibly the Batgirl. Back and forth. Usually they do those 3 nights events. Those usually are pretty good. So I'm not sure how they're gonna set that up, but that's being talked around too. That he's definitely signed up the Superman for that TV series. Have guest stars. Yeah, that would be wonderful. Take the fact. Gay Bradwell Whites. Why are they bringing back those Superman? The one from Superman Returns. That's why. Because you can't get Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill is uncommitted to The Witcher, which is some show that's coming on Netflix. It's supposed to be, I think, from a video game. Not sure anything about the video game. I never Witcher or anything before he got tied to it. Henry Cavill wants to be Superman, but for whatever reason, Warner Brothers are drinking out the dumb cup and not signing him back up because it should have been a Man of Steel 2, in my opinion. And Henry Cavill was the perfect Superman. If it was me, I would reboot Justice League. I would go out. I would sign Henry Cavill, send Ben Affleck to every rehab possible on Earth, get him up to snuff, pay him what he wanted, make him Batman because he was the best Batman. And that's saying a lot because I thought Christian Bale was awesome. But I think I like Ben Affleck Batman better than Christian Bale. Um, keep Gail Gadot as Wonder Woman. I would go to Canada. I would seek out Grant Dustin, who plays the Flash on the CW. I would pay the same amount of money. Flash. I would go back and get the guy that played um, Cyborg, and I would reboot the whole CW. I would make the bad guy Dark Side. I would get somebody that can pull it off to play Dark Side, and that's what I would do from there. I definitely sign back Mr. Jason Momoa as Aquaman, and that would be my. And I'll probably introduce Firestorm. I like Firestorm as a character. That's what I would do. Boot the whole DC Justice League because that last Justice League was a joke. Didn't even make $1 billion. So that matter too, it should have made $1 billion easily. Aquaman made $1 billion. So it's definitely gonna be Aquaman 2. I'm not sure when, but it's coming. Trenton Ginn wrote The Witcher is pretty much like the Lord of the Rings, and The Witcher is a Superman monster hunter that can live for hundreds of years. Okay, there you go. He told you. More than what I knew. Appreciate that, son. Um, the Witcher is pretty much like the Lord of the Rings, and the Witcher is a superhuman monster hunter that can live for hundreds of years. So that's basically like that. I think Vin Diesel played something like that in one of those movies where he was like a witch hunter or something. So it sounds something similar to that. I'm not sure how that's going to take off. Um, Not nothing that's really making me want to watch it, but I may, if I see it on Netflix, I may pause it, and if I like it, I'll watch it. But if not, then I won't. One movie I did forget to put on there: Black Widow. Black Widow will be the first movie in Phase 5, correction, Phase 4, and it's going to be a prequel because Natasha is dead. Natasha Romanoff is dead. She died getting the Soul Stone, but they're going to do a movie with her. The villain in that's going to be Taskmaster. Taskmaster. I'm not sure who's playing that part. I've heard the name kick around Keanu Reeves, but I don't think he's going to play Taskmaster. But that's coming out. That's going to be the first movie next year. And basically, if you watch the movie, it's going to talk about, if you remember, her and Clint always referring to um, happened in Budapest. So that's going to tell us and explain to us what the hell happened in Budapest. So for those of you interested in that, which I'm not interested in that, find out what happened. That's going to explain it. Also, I think it's also going to explain the process that she took to become the Black Widow, because I believe part of it was they had to have a me, and they can't have children. I think it's going to be very traumatic. I think I saw it in one of the, remember in one of the, I think Scarlet Witch put them in that little hypnotic phase they were in Avengers Age of Ultron. I think one of the flashbacks was her when she was in operating room and I think somebody was talking to her. I think it's going to show that and the process that what it takes to become a Black Widow or one of those Russian agents. So I think it's going to happen. We're at 48 minutes, 22 seconds. I'm trying to get an hour in, which will put us about at 12 more minutes. Um, Again, thank y'all for joining me on my first um, live stream. I hope to have many more. Please tell all your friends. Anyone, please send them the link so we can join in if they're interested. I would definitely appreciate it. Any more questions? Then you have been watching Black Lightning. Black Lightning is very underrated. But it's very good. Tobias Whale is the bad guy on there, and he the show. He makes the show good. I love. I like him. He's an albino actor. I never seen him on anything before that, but he is very good. I think he was made for that role. You hear me, Trent? Jay Blackwell wrote any rated R Marvel DC movies coming out. Marvel, no. Marvel's not going to go rated R because if they go rated R, well, they can't show any of their movies in China. China does not play any rated R movies. So Marvel's not going to return on that money because China is one of the largest markets for movie watchers, and they're not going to miss it on that. DC, I'm not certain. I think they're kicking around on Birds of Prey because Harlequin is going to be in there. But DC not going to miss it on that money, and I don't blame them. Fitting rights, do you think they're coming out with new movies that might come out with the Batman Beyond? I don't. I haven't heard anything about Batman Beyond. I don't think so. Um, People that are true comic book fans, and TV cartoon fans like Black Batman Beyond, but I don't think the average moviegoer knows anything about Batman Beyond. Of course, we know that um, cartoon Bruce Wayne, old man, about in his 80s and 90s, and his heart condition, and he trains Terry Guinness, the next Batman. Uh, and then I think that if I remember the story correctly, he's actually his dad. They find some kind of was it a clone or something that I can't remember so long as I watched. I think that he was actually Terry's son, some kind of way, and that was a part of the climax to that cartoon show. But of course, Bruce made that suit that does the stuff because he was getting too old to actually do the stuff himself. But the suit gives him flight, computerized batarangs and all kind of stuff, laser guidance systems and all that. So basically, it's a suit. It's not actually Batman that can do all that stuff. But I would love to see a Batman and Beyond. But whether or not they're developing that or that's going to be something that's on DC's to-do list, I don't see it. And X-Men now coming tomorrow. Who are your top 5 X-Men you excited for? Number one is always going to be Wolverine. Wolverine is the man. Not sure who's going to replace him. I've heard Jason Momoa, but then I heard he's too tall. I've heard Reeves, which I think would be a good fit for Wolverine. Um, Number two, X Men. He's not an X Men, but I like Magneto. I've always liked Magneto. I think Michael Fassbender, who plays Magneto, I think he's excellent. I'd bring him back, but probably if they do a reboot, they're not gonna bring him back. I don't know who can play Magneto. Number three, I've always been partial to Iceman. The Iceman that I saw on Days of Future Past was Iceman C because he had the ice sled slide on that. I always thought that was cool, even in the cartoons. If you remember Spider-Man's Amazing Friends, Iceman transformation was always cool to me. How he could travel on that ice sled, I thought that was so cool. One that they don't talk about a lot, I like Forge. Forge was the Indian with the mechanical leg. Whatever he could see in his mind, his mutant power, he could build it. I like Forge. He can build anything, and I always thought he was cool. The fifth one. Who would be the fifth? Fifth. I like Gambit. That Gambit's pretty cool. That Cajun accent for the cars. Um, so those would be my top 5 who I would like to see on the big screen. Um, I think that would be good. And they always talk. I've heard them talk about what's the guy name that plays in dancing movie. Gambit. I can't think of his name. Um, he played in the GI Joe movie. He got killed. What's his name? Anyway, he's supposed to play Gambit in the Gambit movie, but in the past. So that'll be my top 5. We're at 54 minutes, 55 minutes, so 5 more minutes. I feel if they did Cyclops right, he might be skill planner and tactician. I never really cared for Cyclops. All he had was those eye beams and knock his mask off, and I mean, he's okay. And it's he's a love interest. Yes, Wolverine. And he liked Jean Grey. I never really been a big fan of Cyclops. I mean, he's okay. Not so not someone I'd build a story around. Um, yeah, I know he's one of the founding members of the X Men, but power it's okay. Yeah, at best. I'm anxious to see the Black Panther 2. I believe they're going to introduce Storm into it because Storm and Black Panther were married in the comic book. So that's how I would bring the X Men back to Storm and Black Panther relationship. I'll put maybe Black Panther on some secret mission trying to get back on the vibranium and Storm is somewhere fighting something and they run into each other and then sparks fly and they get together. The next movie would introduce X Men back and maybe visiting Wakanda or he going to X Mansion or that's how I would bring the X Men back into it. I don't think that Kevin Feige is going to bring the X Men back into the MCU for another 3 or 4 years, maybe longer. Yeah. 7 minutes, people. And I thank you all for joining in to my live chat. I enjoyed it. We share a lot more questions, but I appreciate all that I got. I hope that I answered them to your satisfaction. Any more questions that you want to ask me, please feel to send them by my text or send them on Twitter. I am at Comic Chats at Comic Chats. That's COMICCHATS at Comic Chats. You can send me anything on Twitter. I wish it was all knowing knowledge. I read a lot about stuff as it relates to comic books. Like I said, in case you don't know, Power is coming back on next month. I am not mistaken. I'm gonna look at my phone and make sure the date is correct. I believe it's going to be August 25th. Please know and realize that that is the best show on cable TV, in my opinion. If you haven't watched Power, it's on Stars. So if you got a Fire Stick, if you got a Cody box, and you don't have Stars, I encourage you to get on that and watch it. I watched all the seasons. I was told by a man about it. I watched it and I got hooked. I binge watched first season probably in one night. Um, it is basically, I'm gonna give you, if those you don't know about, it's basically about a man named Ghost. That's his street name. Jamie Kirkpatrick is his real name. He is trying to get out of the game. Every time he gets 1 foot out of the game, somebody pulls him back in. He have a love interest. Her name is Angela Valdez, something like that. Childhood sweetheart, and he's trying to get out with her, but back in. In particular, his boy Tommy. Tommy are boys, but Tommy wants to stay in the game and be the king. Just wants to get out, but every time he tries, Tommy or somebody else pulls him back in. So you watch the show, you're gonna get hooked. And what I plan on doing is after every episode, I'm gonna do a live stream, 30-minute live stream, and discuss the show. This is gonna be season 6. Some people say it's gonna be the final episode, final season. I'm not certain, but I'm anxious to see it. Tony Brown says that he's an expert on that one. Tyreek must go down and go down hard. Tyreek is Ghost's son, who is a butthole. To agree with Tony Brown on that. My son Trenton says, thanks. I know I have a lot to read up on. Good work. Appreciate it, son. Again, it's in the 1 hour mark, and I want to tell everyone one last time, thank you. I will be back next Sunday at 4 o'clock. Same bat time, same bat channel. Tommy Trenton said, "Didn't Tommy betray him and kill someone goats care about?" That's how it went off. I don't want to tell people and mess it up, but it went off last season that he shot somebody that goats really love. But we don't know whether or not it was some kind of dream because a lot of times you think something happened to be something totally different. So we don't know yet, but we'll find out next month if Tommy in fact betrayed ghosts or not. Again, in closing, thank you. I'll be back next Sunday at 4 o'clock, same bat time, same bat channel. Please tell your friends. Please tell everyone that cares about this subject or anything I may have to say to please join me. They are welcome. They're right now 681 subscribers. I need 1,000 before February. Please, I need your help. Thank you. Please, whenever you subscribe, hit notification bell so you'll be notified on any and all material that I upload. As always, how I end my show is I want y'all to stay safe, I want y'all to stay cool, and peace.